Tough projects. Eye level, we're live. Thank you everyone for coming down. I hope you have a great time. Free entry. This is the last day that you can see the exhibition. So you go around the corner, you can see everything going on. So hope you lot like it. There's a piece by me inside there as well. And yeah, it just goes to show a lot of the music history in Croydon. So big you up. Streaming live on YouTube as well, yeah?
New culture.
Should we do our first interview of the day? Are you ready? She's calling Val to the decks. The Cyberdance CEO. I think coming through. I think this way is fun. Yeah, because then you can kind of be seen in. Wait, you should be in shot. Oh, I think just a little bit delayed. Yeah, just a little bit delayed. Check your mic.
Hello.
Yes.
Yes.
How are you doing today?
I'm good. My first time here.
Yeah? How have you found the Whitgift Centre?
I really like it, you know. I like the really natural lighting you get in here. It's such a shame that shopping centre culture is very much dead now.
I mean, do you think that that we have to have a shopping centre culture?
Yes.
How comes?
Because it's important for, especially for like young people to just meet. I feel like we don't really get that much where you can just congregate in an area and have like food and drinks and like light shopping. Whereas I don't know where young people are meeting nowadays, I guess.
Yeah, I just feel like it's a shame that it always has to be based around like you have to have money, spend money. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the only thing I think is kind of bad.
That's true, but like window shopping is still a big thing. Try on some nice shoes, some nice trousers, and be like, I'll come back for it.
Yeah, do you know what me and my brother used to do? We used to get the Argos catalogue, yeah, and you like flip the page and you have to point at the thing that you want to get the most. I don't know if you've ever done that.
Yeah. I missed the Argos catalogs as well.
Yeah, man. So
during the Christmas and birthday times, just that one.
Yeah.
And the little pencil on the sheet that you would mark.
Yeah, it was a whole process. It was really a whole process. Like you'd also be able to check it if it was in stock and everything, and write it down. You go to the person, they say, "Yeah, we've got it," and then you go, "Here's your ticket."
I miss that. Now it's just a bit too easy. Now, like you want something, Google it, and then it just pops up.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need a little work to go from shop to shop.
Yeah.
Flipping through pages. Yeah, got it too easy nowadays.
I hear you, man. So I guess like the reason why we've kind of congregated today is because you're one of the artists that we work with all the time, and like I feel like you book me, I come to your events, you come to my events, and we've kind of built like a cool mini ecosystem. So I guess from that perspective, tell me about yourself and like what do you do?
Yeah, so I'm Valeria. I do a lot of things. So consider myself a multidisciplinary artist. I paint. I do a lot of visuals for musicians as well. I think that's how I kind of got involved in a lot of this scene as well. And right now I'm doing a lot of events. So I do an event with Vice Martel, who will be here soon, called Cyberdance, and that's bringing in very futuristic artists and musicians and performers for like pop-up events and just putting on a show and just celebrating strangeness and futurism in a very weird time that we're in at the minute, just kind of celebrating strangeness.
Yeah. I hear that. So tell me about like the last event that you did, because that's the most recent one, right?
Yeah. So we had you performing. It was so much fun. We had Cyberdance at Dalston then. It was an incredible, very long night from like 9 till 3 with such incredible artists as yourself. We had Sheza, Hasnat, Robertson's Village. So a really good range of musicians were popping up, and again it was just so interesting having such a diverse audience. We had a lot of people coming from Dalston like, what is this? It sounds so cool. Yeah. Which is always like such a nice feeling when you put in an event. People are just kind of enjoying it in that minute spontaneously. Yeah. And it was our first time as well that we had artists as well. So we had a lot of visual artworks there as well. So that was incredible. Again, curating physical artwork in a nightlife music event as well. So that was a fun little challenge that we got to play with, because the other previous events that we've done in Berlin and Walthamstow as well were just music based. So it was a nice little play with artists as well. So it was quite good. Yeah,
from my perspective, that's been the first time I've seen an event go from like a kind of arts exhibition where you're bringing together people and then it kind of flows into a night. So it's like, I guess what inspired you to do that? Because like not many people really make that link. Yeah, I think because Cyberdance has quite, it's got frequent collaborators. We're always welcoming different people to come in and like share their insights and their minds. And this time we worked with Jaffa Ali, who's an artist as well, and he's a curator. So again, it's being able to be like, do you know any futuristic or very strange artists that you think will suit well with these particular musicians we're thinking of? And again, just trusting the process. And we had a wide range of incredible artists, all with different skill sets and productions, and just pairing them up with the musicians and seeing what flows well and finding a synergy that will go well for the night as well. And it was a lot of fun. And again, like when the artists came through, just being able to see their work in the context of like a venue club space, and then just having people dance surrounding by these incredible pieces. It was a lot of fun. Just coming from art school, I very much studied white spaces and gallery spaces, and it can be quite
boring at times when you just have an artwork on a wall in a very quiet space, and it's like, how do we make it a bit more exciting and just introducing music acts as well? So that was quite fun as well. That was an important part in showcasing artists.
New culture.
Definitely. I guess so how did you find all these artists? And on top of that, I guess, how do you, what draws you to the kind of idea of like futurism? And is it specifically like, is it like not white futurism, is it like more Afrofuturism?
Yeah. I've always been interested in futurism and Afrofuturism, later when I kind of discovered that term in university. And again, just stemming into like traditional and cultural practices and how a lot of history and ancestral practices of the past kind of influence how humans kind of live today, and how we can take that past element into the future to build something more sustainable and kind and loving. And I guess that's where a lot of my interest in futurism comes from as well, is it doesn't have to be such big spectacles of technology and like going to the moon. It's just finding our way back into nature, and how can we use these very futuristic ways of thinking to find a bit more unison in the world. And with the artists as well, is finding them very naturally, is going to a lot of art shows. I find it very important in my own practice as well to find emerging artists. So I go to like a lot of uni open events as well, and seeing what are these emerging artists kind of coming, and just sharing these minds and conversations with them. And I feel like, especially in this city where London culture is kind of, it's not being prioritized for the last couple of years, and people are doing a lot of pop-up events and DIY outputs as well. It's really important to just showcase these people and just come together as one, and just put up and show up for one another. So just finding these artists very naturally, and just trusting the process, and the universe will kind of bring back to you.
I definitely find that in your work, and I also feel like you've done a great job of bringing these people together, because like I feel like I know futurism kind of exists like as an idea and a concept, but like it doesn't really have like, until you kind of brought it together with Cyberdance, it kind of never really had a space. So I feel like it's been really good to have it. And on top of that, you are like a visual artist as well, so like how does that theme kind of tie into your work?
I suppose in the way that I make my work, so I do a lot of audio reactive visuals, and I guess that stems in a way of futurism in itself, where my visuals change based on the sounds of the environment. So every time it's going to look very different, based on where it's placed, or based on how a musician sings. For instance, a lot of my visuals, I end up syncing it with a musician's work, and then they have their own kind of bespoke image for that. And it's just playing with these like new coding tools and new materials, and just connecting technology with art to create something incredibly new. And it's a really fun practice. Because of my own work, I'm staring at a screen 8 hours out of the day, so it is having to kind of jump back and forth from like digital work and then physical painting as well. So I've started painting a lot more frequently as well. And again, a lot of my work stems in a lot of color and abstract imagery, and just people finding interpretations in my work. I think that's the most important thing, is I just want people to just find their own meaning in things, as opposed to like my work speaking for itself. You
don't want to over-explain it. I feel like if you've over-explained it, maybe you didn't do a good enough job.
Honestly,
you know what I mean?
Sometimes it's not that deep. Like sometimes I'd be just painting something and I'd be like, oh, the moon looks really nice tonight, and I saw all these colors, and they'd be like, actually it does remind me of the moon. Sometimes it's got to be as simple as that.
100%. So I guess like, what does futurism look like today for you, and how do you think that's changed over the concept of it? Do you see what I mean? Because like futurism has always kind of been like, I think this is what the future will look like, but that idea has come a long way. Maybe at least 50 years, maybe even longer. So like, I guess how do you think, what does it look like to you today that it wouldn't look like in the past?
I think people being a lot more experimental. I think recently, like we've got a big wave of nostalgia, where people are kind of going back into Y2K fashion and technology as well. But it's been quite interesting seeing these trends fuse together, and people are either dressing a particular way or creating sounds or artwork a particular way that have just kind of merged all these different time zones into one. And I feel like in a couple of years' time, we're gonna see a new entire image of just like nostalgic future pop type of vibe. Yeah, where people have just kind of brought so much past into the present and then create something entirely new. And I feel like these conversations that we're having with like AI and VR and everything, these are technologies that have existed for such a long time. They're just dressed up in a different way now. I think people are getting there's wider conversations about that as well, where people are getting more comfortable with these technologies being accessible to wider people just outside of tech bros and industries and stuff. So it'll be nice to see what people create with these new tools now that it's a bit more accessible with everyone.
So you know what, this is kind of leads me on to an interesting question I had. So I was at like a writing camp earlier this week, and somebody kind of hummed a melody and they were like, oh, I don't know what words to write, let me just put in a few keywords and go to AI. So like how would you use AI in your practice, and like how do you see it being used? What's the best ways to use? What's the worst ways being used?
I find like these AI chat GBTs and like generative art making, like I use it as a tool of convenience. So if I need something done, I try to avoid using it because I've only just come to terms of how unsustainable these AI tools actually are and how harmful they are to the planet. So I use it in a very small basis. But sometimes you just need a little cheat, like a little tracing. That's how I kind of think of it. If you need like a quick little output that you need done, that's fair enough. But I don't think people shouldn't get lazy and comfortable with it and like, oh, I can't think of bars right now, let me have AI write everything for me. Like you're not doing the work now. You might have typed the sentence and said, oh, I'm interested, I want you to write me a story on like future and technology. You did a few sentences, but now this computer has put out like pages and pages of it, so you didn't really do the work. I think people should don't get too comfortable with these technologies, because it's pushing lazy behavior, low-key. Like we're low-key getting lazy, and we don't want that, guys. We need to still be creative.
Do you know what
use it as a tool as opposed to like as a functional thing.
Sometimes I feel like people are so like time pressured that they're like, all right, help me out here. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like that kind of time pressure is what's causing people to make perhaps not have like the original thought that you'd like to see.
It's hard out here. Like it's kind of scary how jobs, I guess, they use the convenience of AI because it allows for quicker time. For workload to just be put out a lot quicker. And it's obviously not right, because we're only human, and like we just gotta enjoy ourselves. Like take the time that you need to take your time to do work, and it's okay.
Meanwhile, your pay is the same, it's flat. Your hours might even be increased. So it's like who's creaming the crop? Do you know what I mean? So it happens. So I guess we've had a good chat, and I feel like we've kind of understood the world of cyber dance, futurism, Afrofuturism, your practice within it. I guess like talk to us about like what you'd like to get involved in like the next year or so.
So we're hoping to expand cyber dance a lot more. We're hoping to travel across different cities, both in the UK and outside. Cyber dance is very much heavy in DIY culture. So we make sets ourselves. We meet with incredible artists and we just collaborate. So if you're very much open to futurism and strange and wacky alienist type of worlds, then hit us up. If you've got like a venue or like a squat even, or just a place that you kind of want to play around with, like just shout, let's talk and let's see what we can do together.
What's the dream venue, dream city for you?
Do you know what? We went to Berlin briefly in July, and like I feel like I got quite sick towards the end, so I didn't get to enjoy it as much. But Berlin was a dream, and we went Budapest. What was that venue called? The cyber one. What? Cross Club in Prague. That would be a dream venue. If you don't know it, Google it. It's an incredible steampunk type of venue.
Is it?
Very cool venue. That would be a dream venue to have cyber dance in.
Okay, that sounds amazing. Are there any questions from anybody here that you wanna do, or you wanna do a shout out or anything?
Yeah, shout out Tough.
Yeah.
It is an incredible space, and I look forward to sticking my nose upstairs in the studios in a bit.
Yeah. And downstairs, there's a basement.
There's a basement as
well.
well.
There's a basement here. It's a 3-4 story.
Yeah. I'm gonna take my time and enjoy myself around here. Don't worry. But yeah, thank you for having me.
No, thank you, man.
Yeah, I look forward to the rest of the set as well.
Yeah, cool. All right. Well, that was Val. Where can we follow you?
You can follow me on Instagram, v.mks, and Cyberdance for me.
When's the next one?
You gotta follow us and find out. It's very much pop-up DIY. Yeah, we don't know yet. Hopefully soon.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. Well, thanks for joining us, man.
Thank you.
And yeah, man, hope you have a good time.
I will.
Yeah, if you have got any questions, because we're gonna be doing more interviews, just pop up and say what's up. But yeah,
I will. I'll be lurking.
Yeah. Okay. Well, sweet, man. Thanks for coming down, man.
Thank you.
Take one, slide two, then we slide through. Yeah. Come here, my baby. Come, let me show you niceness. Caribbean queen, you whine and you look the tightest. Come here, my baby. Come, let me show you niceness. Caribbean queen, you whine and you look the tightest. Sweet like a Julie mango. I just want to taste and jam you. I don't want to wine and jungle. So come let me slam the bamboo. And hear what she have a man too. I don't really care, I have to. Wind up like a crazy wacko. She man watching the wait, wacko. Come here, my baby. Come let me show you niceness. Caribbean queen, you whine and you look the tightest. Come here, my baby. Come let me show you niceness. Caribbean queen, you whine and you look the tightest. Baby, just shake it for me. Damage your back for sure. Your smile is so damn pretty. Bumper shake on the road. I love the feeling that you're making me just want some more. Give you 100 grand, girl. I take you on a tour. Come here, my baby. Come let me show you niceness. Caribbean queen, you whine and you look the tightest. Come here, my baby. Come let me show you niceness. Caribbean queen, you whine and you look the tightest. So I love my Trini women, and I love my Bajan girls. Don't talk about my Vincy beauties, they are Caribbean buzz. Bumper is big and fat, pretty face hair with curls. Come to the islands now, know you will love both worlds. Come here, my baby, come let me show you niceness. Caribbean queen, you whine and you look the tightest. Come here, my baby, come let me show you niceness. Caribbean queen, you whine and you look the tightest. Sweet like a Julie mango, I just want to taste and jam you. I don't want to wine and jam you. So come let me slam the bamboo. And hear what she have a man too. I don't really care, I have to. Wind up like a crazy man. She might watch you wait. Come here, my baby, let me show you.
Check. Calling Vice too loose to the decks. Yeah.
What's going on, G?
How have you been?
Me, I'm doing it.
So talk to me about what you've been doing then.
I'm not letting life do me, I'm doing life. You know where I'm coming from. But no, I've just been working hard, man, you know what I'm saying? It's the only way. Been getting involved with cyber dance that Val was talking about here, so that was all cool. Was at the last couple of shows, that was sick. I just been in the yard, bro, producing. You know where I'm coming from, producing, rapping, trying to get myself out there as much as possible. I'm feeling the effects. Did a show last night.
Yeah.
Mash up, I gotta be real. But you know what? We made it down here to Big Bad Croydon, so yeah, out here, bro.
Well, FYI, we were in Tottenham last night, which is
yeah.
it's quite difficult to get back to Croydon from at 1 or 2 a.m. when you're not on the Victoria line.
Yeah, basically.
To say the least. So talk to me about what you were up to last night then.
I was doing a cyber grime set, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna start introductions to cyber music.
Yeah.
Right? Futuristic music, taking the motifs of the past, right? Whether it be in melodies or styles of music, and repurposing it for the future, right? So grime music's there. Well, how do you make grime music futuristic? You change the themes, you change the melodies, you change the way you're approaching it. You get where I'm coming from? No wife for that on the set. We're not doing that. You know where I'm coming from? None of that. Ever. Nah.
Yeah, that's what happens when there's a like open mic dynamic. Yeah, man.
Man. If you're not booked, don't spit.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, man. So, like, how did you get into the cyber kind of theme? Like, what kind of inspired you to get into it?
You know what, yeah? I think it started, like, when I was younger. Like, my dad is a bit of a madman, innit? Like, and he loves, like, all kinds of weird media that you wouldn't expect someone. But bear in mind, my dad had me when he was at 21. So he was a young man when he had me, right?
Yeah.
So I grew up playing PlayStation and playing Ape Escape and listening to Tice Cin. You know where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
Kind of like neo-Japanese jungle. And I grew up watching like Neo Genesis. Terrible thing to show your kids, by the way. Don't show your kids that shit. Language, my bad.
Sorry.
Don't show your kids that.
Yeah.
Like I grew up watching like Technolize and all that kind of stuff. And I was just always interested in the kind of like cyberpunk dynamics as well, you know? And I always wanted to think, how do you take that and put it into music? Because some people were doing it. Like absolutely, like I was a big fan of like Bjork growing up. I was a big fan of like Asher Purfley, like a Indian singer.
Yeah.
Kate Bush stole everything from her. I'm just saying.
Really?
Yeah, and just a lot of like ghetto tech in the 90s that my dad was playing to me.
Really? Your dad was into that in the 90s?
My dad's into a lot of different stuff, man.
How did he find out the music? Because like pre-internet, that's quite difficult to get your hands on.
My dad was a musician, innit? He was making kind of like alternative hip hop in the 90s.
Right. Yeah.
Kind of like back when like some UK artists were still rapping with American accents, like that early, you feel me?
What, is there recordings of your dad doing the American accent?
There is. He had a project with his brothers called Stoled Out. They're from Wolf from Stowe like me.
Yeah.
It's called Stoled Out.
That does a sick name.
It's from like 96, 97 maybe. It sounds like Cannibal Ox or like Company Flow. Honestly, if they'd made music 5 to 10 years later, they would have been super famous. They were really influential. They're like some of my biggest influences with rapping. I think my dad's the best rapper of all time. I've got to be honest with you. Like, he's amazing. You feel me? So, like, listening to that and the futuristic sounds from that influenced me in a lot of ways. Yeah. He just put me onto a lot of stuff as well. My mum as well. My mum's therefore a lover's girl. You know where I'm coming from. She loves the lover's rock, the rare groove. But even then, some of those ideas in there are, like, sensational. Like, there's a song called Just a Little More by Fifth of Heaven. They were a band from Manchester that were making, like, rare groove soul type of music and, like, late 80s, early 90s. Right. If you listen to that song could have come out today. And I feel like you could always find that kind of futuristic ideas no matter where you're looking, man. You could look at country or western and people are still trying to do that. Listen to Jolene nowadays and see if that sounds like it was made in the early 70s, because they don't, I promise you.
Yeah. Sounds clean as well. Mad. So I guess, what does your dad think about you? Like, you say your dad's the greatest rapper. I hope he says that his son's the greatest rapper as well, you know?
I don't think he said it to me yet. I still got some work to do. You get where I'm coming from? I know he listens to my music though, which I rate that. You get where I'm coming from? Because my dad, I think the newest artist I've heard him listen to, and he put me onto this as well, Thundercat. My dad loves Thundercat.
Really?
And Flying Lotus. He put me onto Thundercat and Flying Lotus. So like, again, early influences for me as a teenager when I was like 14 listening to that for the first time, and it was like, yeah, that's crazy. I got it there.
Because it's kind of an interesting mix that you've got then with this, like, kind of like cyber, which is like electronic. Some people say it's like cold, heartless, you know, computerized, there's no human. But then you kind of mixing it in with a lot of like funk and soul, which is almost kind of in a opposite, like in terms of feeling. Like, how do you combine the two?
Well, I gotta be real. black people got rhythm. So you're listening to some Funkadelic or some George Clinton, like there's gonna be some rhythm in it, you know what I'm saying?
100.
But like, I also think cyber music could come through that as well, right?
Yeah.
Case in point, Zapp and Roger.
Yeah.
They were using the talk box and kind of innovating with the vocals, which led to like what auto-tune was later. Auto-tune is a thing that people love or hate, but for me, when utilized well, that's a perfect example of how you meld those two things. Because you listen to like some T-Pain or like what's that album, 808s and Heartbreaks, Kanye, and that's exactly along the same vibe as what a lot of cyber music is, but I ain't seen the same way a lot of the time. But I disagree personally in it. I think futurism can come from anywhere. Realistically, it's about the intent. Are you trying to do something new? Because a lot of people are happy to jump on trends. But we were having this conversation yesterday at the show, right? Where I'm saying the people that are remembered are the people that tried new things, not the people that jump on trends. 10 years from now, no one's going to remember Jack Harlow. No one's going to remember Jack Harlow. But you know who people will remember? They'll remember Lil B.
Yeah, 100%.
Try something new. That's the reason why. You know where I'm coming from. It's a 10 years from now, they ain't going to remember maybe Central C. I like Central C in it, but he probably won't be remembered the same way Nammy Wams will be remembered.
Let's hope.
That's all I'm saying, innit? So that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, we're doing it for the Asians, it seems like.
What's the Asians? Where you coming from? 88 Rising failed. Eastern Margin stepping up now.
Yeah. So I feel like this is probably a nice segue to say that she play some of your music then.
Yeah, of course, man.
So what tunes you play? Because obviously I feel like the audience that know we are working on a tape together, and I've just finished the mixes on it. So like we can play some of that, and you've got some of your stuff that you're producing as well. So I feel like we should go for one of each. So
I think let's start with this project, man. Keep it Croydon. Let's play Prez TNO3 because I feel like that's a perfect example of cyber grime music. It's got the militant drums. It's got the kind of like empty pads. Start with that. Prez TNO3. I love that tune.
Jeez, okay, Prez TNO3. What, do you want to do PA over it or what? Just play it, yeah?
No, play it. It's alright, man. I want to hear the mix on the speakers.
Oh, okay. So this is me on the mix. So if you don't know, me and Vice Toulouse, we've been working on the tape together. It's all produced by me. It's been recorded in my studio that I have once a week. And yeah, we just kind of, this project's come together. The mix is done by me. And it's a premiere. So I hope you guys like this one, man.
Yeah, I'm like Prez TNO3, ain't nobody approaching me. Yeah, I'm too roaring on 24, secret trapping like I'm in Saw. Yeah, Vice. I'm like Prez TNO. Yeah, Vice. I'm like Prez TNO3, ain't nobody approaching me. Way too loose when I'm with my team. You're not real, you're not 3D. I'm too roaring on 24. Smash up venues when we on tour. Secret trapping like I'm in Saw. I just need more, yeah. I'm like Prez TNO3, ain't nobody approaching me. Way too loose when I'm with my team. You're not real, you're not 3D. I'm too roaring on 24. Smash up venues when we on tour. Secret trapping like I'm in Saw. I just need more. Anti, black die like more deep. You holding for fame like must be. Can't tell Vice anything, I'm on beef. I hate the whole goddamn country. Online try call me a monkey. Oh, me your punch back man honkies. Too loose, slow concrete. Girlie would say the thing the pump flick. Your girlfriend when I love palm me go hard on a deal like Sydney Moncrief. Listen to me around the Grand Prix. Hear my voice and she get giggly. She say I was a soft pick me, but now I'm the hardest like concrete. Got too loose and I'm like Conti. Don't know me, don't talk like John B. You ain't in charge, you're more like Conti. So I'm dead the beast like Gandhi. You and me equal, now can't be. You're J-Lo, I'm like Ashanti. You're Kwame Brown, I'm Charles Barkley. You're R-Truth and I'm Jeff Hardy. You're M.R. and I'm Bob Marley. You're a gang, I'm the Korean army. You're a big shame to your fat Margie. You're a demon, I'm the Anunnaki. You're Spice, I'm pure cut Charlie. I was in Stokey Streams with Darcy. Then we dip back for a slumber party. Clothes invisible like khaki. Incel niggas, I'm a main Archie. For us in the Eastern Derby. And it's Tikka Masala versus Bargy. Nobody else around is heartbeat. I know some Afghans that will speak Farsi. Done your dance, I stomp the yard free. Know a few yardies and Somalis that will pull up all black like Marcus Garvey. And in the party, that's it me. Pussy didn't even get no cake. When I hit man and send them to Neptune like Khalees when she made milkshake. I give love, bear man, just take. I'll go clear, they'll go opaque. Got no fear like the year 08. That's why so many man try hate. I'm gonna show them how I change this world. Bear man just chat like Ricky Lake. I'm like Prez TNO3, ain't nobody approaching me. Way too loose when I'm with my team. You're not real, you're not 3D. I'm too roaring all 24. Smash up venues when we on tour. Secret trapping like I'm in Saw. I just need more, yeah.
I'm like Presty and on free. Ain't nobody approaching me. Way too loose when I'm with my team. You're not real, you're not 3D. I'm too roaring on 24. Smash up venues when we on tour. Secret trapping like I'm in Saw. Just need more, I just need more. Yeah.
Jeez, that's Bun and Cheese. Oh, that's Presty in 03. Yeah. Also, just want to say massive shout out to everybody inside right now. If you ever want like a question, shout out Just Chills as well, man. Because by the way, whilst this is being powered by Croydon FM, streamed live on Croydon FM, we're also got a whole radio station broadcasting 97.8 and 99.4 FM. So if I see you in the area and I look at your radio and it's not on there, I'll
get you.
I'll be upset. I'll say something. I won't do anything more than saying something. So yeah. Any questions? Please feel free at any time because I want to make this as open as possible. So yeah, man. So I think next should we play Bun and Cheese? Yeah.
Yeah, why not? This is one I produced myself. So yeah.
Gee. So yeah, talk to me about your production process first before we go into it.
I don't really sleep in it. So like,
how much you sleep a day?
3 hours.
Really?
Maybe 4. Sometimes on a good day. I don't know. If I'm with my partner, maybe I'll sleep a bit more. But when I'm by myself, yeah. But like I stay up quite late. I always feel like I produce best at night. Yeah. And I always see it as like trying to make soundscapes. You know where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
Trying to like soundtrack the sleepless nights. Sometimes it's quite empty, and I think like it goes off. This song is not very empty. I think it's quite like nostalgic sounding, taking like kind of like 80s commercial pop kind of sound and reinventing it into hip hop. I think I was feeling quite good on this day. But yeah, I make beats pretty quickly. I write pretty quickly. And then I spend like a year critiquing the song until it's perfect. So, you know, yeah.
All right, perfectionist in full effect, yeah. All right, let's hear this one, yeah. Bun and Cheese. I think this is, you actually made a mixtape. Was this
This
on
was,
it?
yeah. Cyber Music for Dummies was yeah, it was just a mix of like a lot of my friends' music that are making really futuristic stuff. So like Nammy Wams was on there. I was on there. Haznat was on there. Robinson's Village was on there.
Madge was on there.
MIC, Hotep, Bok, Egyptian. Like there's a lot of people doing cool stuff, man.
Yeah, definitely.
And AP Life, where you've released on one of the major labels pushing that forward as well. So yeah, and my group, the Anti-Net as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I almost want to play Space Channel 5, but I think let's go play this one, yeah?
Cool.
Bun and Cheese, let's go.
Too loose, I'm in cyberspace. Yeah. Fast, yo. Flow like I'm come from Memphis, dressed like a Londoner though. Still a real Grammy, Eastside nigga, have come for the dough. When you can't chat to me, come like a yard shop, you can get boned for the low. Just as long as my cheese still grow. In here with some real Negroes. Yeah. Flow like I'm come from Memphis, dressed like a Londoner though. Still a real Grammy, Eastside nigga, have come for the dough. When you can't chat to me, come like a yard shop, you can get boned for the low. Just as long as my cheese still grow. Yeah. Yo, front of the corner shop where a nigga get bailed up. Pushing these blocks, Legend of Zelda. I got the juice, them niggas hating, niggas a no-co. I got the steeds that are showing the streets for my elder. When I touch down, seek shelter, definitely keep it roads apart. I like you're cool, but look like a fool, your nose got dark. Yeah. Man, then when I CV, get a bust down like Rosa Parks. I know, it's a little man ting, Napoleon Bonaparte. Yeah. Niggas wanna kill me, not dead. Improve your aim, you hothead. Still know my way when I scale. So far, don't rate me like Ofsted. Try to get that like a fast fool. Don't need no pass with the lads. Nobody wins. Takeshi's castle. Yeah. Bandit, but I don't scam cause I ain't got the bandwidth. I'm on the corner, candid. All black on, I'm blandish. Held my L's as a youth, now I cross their mouth like I'm writing a Polish language. I just want more than a bite of the sandwich. Yeah, flow like I'm come from Memphis, just like a Londoner though. Still a real Grammy, Eastside nigga, if I come for the dough. Yeah. You can't chat to me, come like a yard shop, you can get bummed for the low. As long as my cheese still grow. In here with some real Negroes. Yeah, flow like I'm come from Memphis, just like a Londoner though. Okay, still a real Grammy, Eastside nigga, if I come for the dough. Okay, when you can't chat to me, come like a yard shop, you'll get bummed for the low. Just as long as my cheese still grow. In here with some real, yeah.
Jeez.
Bun and cheese.
Yeah, bun and cheese, yeah? Is that what your favorite snack?
Yeah, man, I love bun and cheese. I'm lactose intolerant. I'll still eat it.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
Yeah, I don't care.
Does that cheese, because I know it's like a quite harder cheese. It's still
I'm making it myself, man. Buy the bun, extra mature cheddar, break down that lactose. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've got the plan. You know what I'm saying? I've got the method.
Do you take the lactose pills?
Nah.
I've heard that they work.
I don't want the government to affect me.
Do you know what though? I feel like lactose pills and anti-sickness pills. You know when you go on roller coaster rides, I feel like.
Nah, don't go on roller coasters.
You're coming Thorpe Park though
It's
later
part of
this
the
year,
government's
aren't you?
plan, maybe, but it's part of the government's plan.
What? To what?
I don't know.
All right. Well, I think we'll leave it like that. But tell us about what you got coming next.
So I'm working with the Cyber Dance team with Val, who was before, trying to get some of that stuff out there as well. I got hella music dropping. So that last song, Bun and Cheese, is coming out like a week's time. I'm gonna be in Morocco. I'm gonna be chilling. You know.
Is there a video for it?
Yes, it's coming.
Right.
My boy Jaffa, who's currently in Morocco. I don't know why he went a week before me, but he did. But he's editing that, so that should come soon. It's gonna be on streaming end of the week, and then I think I might just put out a bunch of projects. To be honest with you, I was like so allergic to mixing my own music for ages. I've decided, nah, let me just like firm it. So now I can just put out what I want when I want in it. But like all this kind of like release schedule, promo, social media promotion, I hate all of that in it. So I'm just gonna put the music out, because at the end of the day, are you making music to make money and fame, or are you making music because you enjoy it? I enjoy it in it. So I don't really care. Like I'm just gonna put it out, and if people like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't. It makes no difference to me.
Yeah, exactly. Especially when there's so much music out there, like you might as well just be yourself instead of trying to conform and make somebody else happy you don't even like. Do you know what I mean?
I like making music. That's enough.
Yeah.
So like, that's cool, man.
Okay, well, big ups, man. You've been listening to Vice Too Loose, man. Everybody give him a round of applause. And I'm gonna call Poundshop to the decks, yeah. Check.
Hello.
Talk to me. So how you doing today, man?
I'm good. It's nice to see you.
Yeah, it's good to see you, man. This guy here, I feel like we just keep on crossing paths and like we're just there, man.
Can only be a good thing.
Yeah, definitely. So I guess we'll get into it, because you are gonna give us a DJ mix, but tell us more about like who you are, what you do, and everything.
I am Poundshop. I'm a producer and DJ from London.
Yeah.
Like all of us.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just like, I kind of have a lot of different things going on with like, I've been interested in a lot of different music, and my work over the last few years has just been trying to bring it together into one picture. Or maybe accepting that there isn't one picture to put it in. So the set today, I've got like a bunch of my unreleased, and then a few dubs that have been sent, and hopefully that can speak more than I can to like what I'm doing and the sounds I'm exploring, basically.
Okay, because I just want to say for the listeners that don't really know you come to Croydon FM maybe 2019.
Yeah, I did.
So that is pre-FM days. That's before. Well, I think we
pre-COVID.
We didn't even have the Pioneer decks.
In the late 2010s.
Yeah. In a different era.
In the late 2010s, yeah.
Well, we got some Pioneer decks for you today, and we'd like you to take over for the next half hour. Yeah.
Which one do I connect?
Let me just take this one out, and then just jump in, really.
All right. Cool.
So
Thanks
we're
for
gonna see what Poundshop's up to, yeah.
Thank you.
and your grandma and my grandma and your grandma, 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 my grandma and my grandma and your 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 grandma your grandma and my grandma and 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 your grandma my grandma and your grandma, 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 my grandma my grandma and your grandma, 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 my grandma your grandma, my 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 your grandma, your grandma, my grandma, my your my yo my yo my grandma, your grandma, my yo my yo my yo my grandma and your grandma, my grandma and 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 my grandma and
Stop, wait, take off. 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 Stop, wait, take off.
DJ Big Prince.
You're listening to Poundshop right now, yeah? Shout everybody that's locked in online, shout everybody in the building, yeah? It's Tough Projects, it's Croydon FM, yeah? We're on the YouTube, we're on the TikTok, we're on everything, yeah?